story begins on a small island inside a small temple. Villagers from the nearby village would always come to give offerings and pray to the gods to help them with their small problems. On an ordinary day, a tall, silver-haired man arrived at the temple. He had a big white beard which framed his pale blue eyes, and he had a healthy stride but still walked with a tall, pale driftwood staff which would click along the stone floor and echo round the temple antechamber. But the man didn't seem interested in any of the visitors at the temple, nor did he seem interested in the sculptures and artworks and tapestries which lined the hallways, and nor did he seem interested in leaving an offering for the gods. His eyes were only fixed upon one thing: a priestess. She was young and beautiful, and had long brunette hair and dark brown eyes which shone with kindness. She glided up to the man and smiled a kindest smile. She asked, "Is there anything I can help you with, sir?" And the man just smiled wickedly back. The next morning, the temple was silent and empty. Wind howled through its empty halls. The sea crashed on the nearby rocks along the shore. The braziers along the wall were cold and still, and the golden morning light cast long shadows through the open wooden doors. In the central chamber was a tall ivory and bronze statue of a woman clad in armour, and she held a large round shield in one hand and a tall bronze spear in the other. At the base of the statue lay a figure. She wore the tattered remains of priestess robes, and her face was covered with long, dark hair. The figure moved, and the hair fell aside to reveal wet, bloodshot eyes and long tear streaks down her cheeks. A soft, pained voice broke the silence of the temple. "Help me," was all it said. Suddenly, the sky darkened and the sun clouded. The braziers along the wall erupted into flame and smoke, and wind ripped into the chamber. And in a flash, a tall, strong-looking woman appeared. She wore long, brilliant white robes, and in her hand, she had long, silvery hair and cold grey eyes, and in her hand she clutched a tall, bronze spear. She knelt down in front of the figure and gripped her hand under its chin to raise its face to her own. "How dare you, child?" she spat. "You were my follower, my priestess, and instead you defile, desecrate, and destroy my temple. No, this insult cannot go unpunished." She pushed the face away and rose to full height. She lifted her spear and cracked it down on the cold stone floor in a hail of sparks. In an instant, the figure began to convulse violently. The tattered remains of the priestess robes fell away, and she lay there naked, shaking and twisting. Her fingernails began to splinter and shatter. Blood pooled under the clawing hands as the broken fingers twisted and lengthened and changed into long bronze talons which left long scratch marks in the stone. The hair began to shake and slither, hissing and baring their fangs. The strands turned into snakes. Golden light erupted from her eyes, and flowed like liquid. And just as quickly as it began, the golden light faded, the snakes calmed and silenced, and the body stopped and lay still, leaving only her beauty, her curse. Medusa, the priestess, no more, the woman said. This was the birth of Medusa, the monster, the Gorgon terror.